And he said, don't write this in the chart, but we call that a whiny woman around here.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, okay. He said, listen, she's gained some weight. She's a little bit depressed. Her libido's off. Her blood pressure's a little bit up. Her cholesterol's starting to rise. And she's seen family medicine. We're the third or fourth doctor at this point. And so my upper level, who happened to be male, this, it could have been anyone, walks down the hall in his cowboy boots, because Texas. And and he's like, what you got? And I said, well, I have Miss Smith, whomever. She's a 40-year-old woman and I list the complaints. And he goes, did you check her thyroid? Family medicine did. Did you check this? A few simple labs. And he goes, you got a WW. And I said, I don't know this, And he said, don't write this in the chart, but we call that a whiny woman around here.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, okay. He said, listen, women just tend to go through this at this age. And we're not really going to be able to help her. Pat her on the knee, tell her to have some wine, go on date night, she'll get better, but we're not going to be able to help her. And that stayed with me. But this kind of thinking, I saw this in the ER, I saw this in the OR, I saw this in every clinic. And so I've asked other clinicians around the country, and I've heard whiny-gyny, status Hispanicus, total TBD, total body dolor. Like in different regional areas, there was a name for this kind of vague complaints from this middle-aged woman, and we couldn't quite put our finger on it. And I realized this was systemic bias built into the system where women, there's historical, precedent for this. The wandering uterus, the hysteria.
This is so systemic, though, that women downplay their own complaints. They gaslight themselves. It takes them a long time to seek care because they're afraid of the response. They are not always honest with what's going on in their body. I'll say, do you have pain? Oh, no more than regular. They downplay everything. You have to really ask. And it's almost the society, I don't want to be viewed as this way. I don't want to be not taken seriously. And it causes them to have an even harder time to get to a diagnosis because they don't feel comfortable sharing some of these symptoms, or they've downplayed them in their life so much. This is why they have to get so sick to often present to even try to get care.